Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will tackle one of the most common questions people ask when it comes to managing their money. Should I save or invest? Let's break it down and show why investing could be a much smarter choice in long run. Now don't get me wrong, saving is essential. Everyone needs an emergency fund for unexpected expenses. If your car breaks down or you need to fix a leaky roof, having saving can save you from financial headaches. But here's the problem, saving alone won't grow your wealth. Let's say you're saving $500 a month in a regular saving account with a 2% annual interest rate. After 1 year of saving, you will have contributed $6,000 and earned only $60 in interest. But what happens after 15 years? You will have saved $90,000 and with 2% interest compounded annually, your saving would grow to about $108,000. So while you have earned roughly $18,000 in interest, it is still not enough to significantly grow your wealth. But here's the kicker, inflation. Inflation in Canada typically runs around 2 to 3% annually. If your savings are only growing by 2% and inflation is depleting the value of your money by 2 to 3%, your purchasing power is shrinking. That's why just saving money is not enough to build wealth. Now let's talk about investing. When you invest, you are putting your money into assets that can grow over time. Investing in stocks, real estate, or bonds has historically provided better returns than saving account and has outpaced inflation. Now a lot of people think that investing in stock market is just like gambling. If you are throwing money at one company without knowing its financial or understanding the risk, then yes, it can feel like gambling. But the key to smart investing is diversification and doing your research. Instead of putting all your money in one stock, you can invest in broad index funds or ETFs, S&P 500 like SPY, which spread your money across 500 of the biggest companies in the US. This reduces your risk because you are not dependent on just one company's performance. You are investing in the overall growth of the market. Let's take an example of S&P 500 ETF. This is a low-cost ETF that tracks S&P 500, meaning you are essentially investing in 500 of the largest company in the US, including names like Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft. Historically, the S&P 500 has returned an average of 10% annually. So now, if you have invested $500 per month in SPY starting back in 2009, when the market was recovering from 2008 financial crisis, how much would you have today? Let's explore how a consistent monthly investment of 500 can grow over time by assuming an average return of 10% based on historical data. First, if you have invested $500 per month over a 5-year period from 2009 to 2014, your total contribution would be $30,000. With the power of compound interest, your investment would have grown to approximately $40,000 by the end of those 5 years. Now let's extend that to 10 years. From 2009 to 2019, it will grow to $103,000. Finally, if you stayed committed to this strategy for 15 years till 2024, your total contribution of $90,000 would have grown to staggering $210,000, which is almost double than saving a money in the bank account. Of course, investing comes with risk. Unlike a saving account, your investment can go up or down, and there is no guarantee that you will make money every single year. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, the S&P 500 dropped by over 50%. However, the market rebounded strongly over the following years, but as long as you diversify and invest in strong broad markets like S&P 500, you're not gambling. You are making a great move to grow your wealth over time. Speaking of diversification, let me share how we approach it personally. We diversify into smaller portion in gold and a minimal portion in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. We do this because we understand the technology behind them, and while they can be volatile, they add a different dimension to our portfolio. However, most of our investment are in diversified funds like iShare, all equity ETF portfolios, Executy. Now, what makes Executy interesting is that it provides exposure to a globally diversified portfolio of 100% stocks. So you are invested in both Canadian and international markets. It is an easy all-in-one solution that spreads your risk across multiple sectors and countries. With this fund, you can access US, Canadian, European, Asian markets all in one ETF. Why does investing work so well over the long term? It's because of compounding. Not only does your money grow, but the returns on your investment also start earning returns. This snowball effect gets more powerful the longer you stay invested. That's why investing earlier can have such a huge impact on your wealth. So what is the bottom line. Saving is safe, but investing is how you build wealth. Let's compare two approaches. In 2% saving scenario, you earn around 19,000 in interest over 15 years. Meanwhile, with a 10% return from investing, you would earn approximately $110,000. A big increase that shows how important it is to let your money grow through investing. So should you save or invest? The answer is both. Have an emergency fund in your saving, but don't rely on saving alone to achieve financial freedom. Start investing as early as possible, whether in ETF, SPY or XEQT, real estate or other assets. Time in the market is more important than timing the market. So sooner you start, the more you will benefit from compounding returns. Warren Buffett bought his first stock at just 11-year-old in 1942. Today he's a legend, reminding us that great journeys start with just a single step. If you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe to the channel for more tips on finance and lifestyle in Canada. Until next time, happy investing.